gotta make sure you're where you are, so we're gonna make you do 5 different things. Like, hey, you're stressing me out. You made me want to find another chat thing. Alright. Probably trying to do Guiding Lands. I think I gotta get a 7 for something specific. One second, my mom's. To learn how to hold on, dude. This boy. Alright. Alright, buddy. What? You staring at me like that for? Huh? What? My breath smell like peanut butter?
Hey, you!
Guess guided lands. I'm gonna have to play like this a little bit before he starts turning around. Because at some point he's gonna start turning around trying to grab stuff. I hope I got about a good 30 minutes before he does that. But let's eat.
Yes!
You're already starting. You're already starting, huh? You're already starting. You going to a concert? What concert? That's a interesting. Help! Help! That ass. This dude was disrespecting me the whole time. thought I would be able to hold him for a little bit, but he is. Could you hold him? You don't got to if you want to.
I was gonna go live.
Go ahead, go live.
Those thick ass slices of bread are good for French toast.
Yeah. Did you make French toast?
No, I don't have any eggs. I was thinking that this morning when I made a sandwich. I was like, yo, these slices are thick. Crimson was having mad fun last night. It was funny.
Have fun doing what?
Oh, you didn't see the TikTok? The TikTok I made?
No.
Oh. Yeah, the thing I did at 3 a.m. Crimson was having mad fun. He was enjoying himself.
I'm confused. Like remember I forgot what it's called. The radiation that I showed you. The metal radiation, like when the metal's getting pounded.
Oh.
Yeah, remember that. That's how his shit looks. I just want you
Okay.
I want to keep that consistency. I don't want it just to be like, oh,
Okay.
here's some lightning.
Okay. Okay.
What's up, Charles?
Is he in there?
Charles is on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Are you on? Are you live on TikTok already?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't. That was a video I made while I was waiting for you.
I'll probably be only on for an hour if there's no activity.
I'll probably be only on for an hour.
Having a headache trying to stay up.
So it's not showing me where the forest region is at all.
Talking about Monster Hunter?
Yeah. Because like they have this thing called the Guiding Lands, and I'm trying to figure out what. Never mind, I can see it. How's things been going, Charles? You're also on TikTok, dude. Unless you're at work. Or not at work. I can't remember which one it was. I think we might need to.
Yeah, why am I having such a hard time finding a reference for punch? Keeps showing me drinks. I'm gonna put punching and it still shows me drinks.
You might have to put fighting first.
Yeah. Sheesh. That's a hit.
Say, nah, I lost my job. Oh, what happened, Charles?
Oh, dang.
How'd you lose your job, brother? got the clip, because I got the gaddy. And it's gonna go blatty. What happened?
I'm looking for a certain reference. I know I have it. I just don't know how deep in the files that I have it.
You ever try using the dolls?
No, it's not the poses that I it's just how they depict it.
For being sick for a week. Oh, that's trash.
Yep. So I feel like that should be against something, but yeah. At my first job, they were trying to fire a girl because she'd rather go to her graduation than be on the job she was scheduled for, even though she told her manager that she graduated that week. It was our high school graduation. And she was like threatened to be like, oh, she went to attend, and she went anyway. Like, people got effing lives outside of work. No manager that's looking at their
Actually, their job is just amazing.
yeah, it is, I know.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, y'all. Wait, soup. Yo, this is why I specifically tell people to find a job that's either learn something or something, but like find a job where it's like you get sick days and PTO and all of that. Like ones that like you can actually talk like, okay, look. So like when Ayla was being born, I technically didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough time for the. Well, I technically got paternity leave now because I'm a year in. Actually, I technically can take my paternity leave. I just realized that. But I told them, and it was like, it's okay. You'll be fine. Go ahead. We don't want you to miss your son. I was in the hospital for 3-4 days before I went to work, or 2 days before I went back to work. I technically had no time. Man, what the fuck you got, bro? Oh my God. Probably. Why you running up on me when the monster's right there? Oh god, I hate fighting fucking Bracky. Annoying. Just realized I ain't got no He said it's bullshit, man. I know it's bullshit, man. But F them. You didn't need that job anyway. You need to get a job where you're gonna be valued. At least it'll take a month to replace you. It's stressing me out. I realized I didn't put the right food in.
Are you ordering something or?
I'm sorry, my right ammo. I don't know why I said food.
Maybe you're hungry.
Nah, I just had 2 of those thick ass peanut butter jelly joints. I don't play nobody's kids. So I changed my my work profile picture at work. There's a picture of me face to face with Andino, look like a face off. That picture.
Yeah.
So hello. I changed that. I did it like a month ago, but or whenever the picture I found the picture. So one of the government dudes was like, "Hey, I can't see that picture. What is that picture of?" And I explained it to him. He's like, "Oh, that's cool."
Okay. He's a wrestler too. I mean, not a wrestler, but.
I don't think he's a fan. He just never seen anything like that. And I was like, I thought it was a cool picture, so I went ahead and just yeah. Does it look like a standoff? Are you a boxer? I fucking hate you, Bracky. Huh? Did I need dinner? I'm good right now. What's up, why? Head up, ass up. What's up? Yo, 30 time, $30. You don't even get that on Fiverr. So if you want some work done, definitely $30. That's crazy. I'm charging $150, and I need a better artist than you. And $150. Like what? $150. Well, I mean, you always need the money. What are you talking about? Plus, I put my time in for the week. Y'all don't have no union? See, this is why people need to stop faking on doing unions and stuff. You ain't had no unions? As I were you, I would tell the union. You can sue them. And the union's supposed to have your back. More than likely, you probably don't have a union. Most places don't have a union.
Because of that.
No, they can't stop you from doing a union. And if they do, like, it's like against the law. Again, it's against the law. They'll lose a lot of fucking money if they did that. Because it costs to make a union. So people are like, well, I don't got no money to spare. No, you have money to spare. Fucking $10 off your check, that's money to spare. Because it's almost like socialist almost. People hate that. I'm not a socialist. I'm not sharing my money with you. Shut up. You share your money with Israel and they're massacring people right now. Yes, you are. You're doing it really. Especially you're not even saying anything rude about it. Unions are good. They look after you. And shit like this happens. You get sick, you get your time in. You're there for the whole week. And instead of just dealing with you in your absence, they fire you. That's some bullshit. What up, Holmes? Shoot me in the footsie. They don't, where I work at, they don't play that. They do not play that. They don't. There's like, if you sick, stay home. I told you that, one of the guys I was working with who didn't want to work where he was at, they had moved him. He said, I don't want to work, can please send me back to the warehouse? He's like, nope, we need you over here. What happens? He catches COVID. There's 2 people that died. Yeah. There's 2 people that died from my office. 2 of them. And I think that's why they started calling us when he died. Because they were trying. It was like they thought they might have ended up being at like. Thanks, bro. They thought that was gonna be at fault. So I don't know if they started contacting you guys yet, but I hope they do. I heard them both say I would like to work from home. One of the dudes could work from home. Chapman can't work from home because he had essentially replaced me, and I had moved on to the other job, so he couldn't work from home. But he also didn't want to work there because he had been working at the warehouse. Yeah. So that man died for their own negligence, and they was trying to cover their ass. Oh, is he asleep? Oh no, he's dead. I would tell you the rest on here. I mean, if you want, you can take it over to TikTok, Charles, because we're on TikTok too right now. Elsa, she's drawing the comic. I was trying to find a reason to fire somebody.
Yeah. And they be about it too, because you could have done something months ago, but they'll hold that over your head as reasoning why you're being let go. Yeah, you were late for like the fourth time, 2 minutes behind. In the last 4 months, 2 minutes late. Can't have that.
I don't know. I kind of don't like. I like punctuality.
Yeah, but it's
If I ever had a job, if I ever had like a,
but it's
you have to come in. I'm telling you right now, if you late, I'm gonna tell you about it every time. Considering I'm a type of person that's gonna show up an hour early.
I understand that, but I mean, people aren't clocked in an hour early.
That's fine, but you can clock in on time. I'm not telling you to come in 15 minutes, but you can clock in on time. That means you need to set your shit up.
Yeah, but it'd be like you were 2 minutes late on a 6-month streak of being here early.
Nah, see, here's the thing. A lot of times, it's not even those people. It's not even those people. It's the people who will be like 15 minutes late, and they're constantly doing it.
No, those are the people that they keep because those people are confrontational. They let go of the people that aren't.
I don't know what job you worked at.
It's been plenty of jobs where I'll be late once, like every 3 months or something like that, simply because of traffic.
I think you're over exaggerating.
No, I've seen it happen. Like managers do not want confrontation from the ones that will talk back and bring up all kinds of hell. So they'll go after the good working ones that put in their time, do everything correctly, but then if they screw up one time, suddenly it's their ass. Worked several customer service jobs where the one employee that's like lazy but loud and has a smart mouth, they keep. And then let go of the one that they know they could talk whichever way to that's not going to bring up hell if they fire them.
I don't know. I've seen, to me, that sounds like salt. 'Cause I know that can happen, but I also know that when you're looking at it from your own perspective, that it's always going to be skewed to your own
But there are plenty
thing.
of good employees that get burnt out by bad managers because they're the reliable one.
Then leave.
And yeah, I know, but then once they start saying no, they get fired for it. Meanwhile, the ones that's not reliable,
okay.
they keep their job.
She right. They that bullshit here keep the ones who's always late. What type of jobs y'all be working? Cause they would never. None of the jobs I've ever worked. They don't play that shit. That's usually why I'm there for like 30 to an hour early. And considering I'm one of those people who show up so fucking early, and then the 1 or 2 times I'm late, it don't really bother anybody. It don't even bother me. And that's been literally every single job I worked at. Besides the school, because they didn't really care. As long as you were there before the kids. What Ilsa is saying is actually quite true. Mostly restaurant. See, that's because those type of jobs.
I just said customer service jobs.
All right. Then avoid those jobs. It's mostly cause management is corrupt. It's the ones that come in late that know some shit. So this is where it's different. It's weird. So like, if it's the person that knows some shit, y'all are making it seem like it's even the person that doesn't know some shit. They're just pieces of shit, and they used to keep their job. That's because he orchestrated that shit. But I also told you to stop. What did I tell you? Tell you not to do. What did I tell you not to do? There you go. So, okay.
Especially when the manager really sat us down and was like, people are wrong at this time. Both of y'all have to be It was like, we were there, we acknowledged that, but you still trying to
Here's the thing. Did he have a? I don't really care about. I'm not arguing for this dude, but like the original story you said was that he talked to the manager about doing something for Mother's Day.
He said about an hour before, or 40 minutes before, that he had to leave. And I was like, hello,
What I told you originally is to stop worrying about him and do what you can do that's only for you. And I'm gonna tell you this straight up. It don't matter if they're saying there's the chances of you getting robbed was not going to happen. Have you been robbed?
no, because I was never over.
That's you don't know that. It's like you don't know that. That's like saying, oh, I was never robbed because you don't know that. You know. Do you know these criminals? And they said we would have robbed you, but you was in there. But you was in there by yourself.
No,
You don't know that.
But I'm highly likely to be robbed if I'm at the store alone.
What makes you more vulnerable?
Yeah.
Yes, but that does not mean you're going to be robbed.
Of course
And
not,
unfortunately, if you're going to be in certain positions, if you're going to be in, for example, you do know you could lock the door while you're counting money.
Yeah, I know that, but I can't do that. If people are coming into the store,
So you close and then you count the money. And here's the thing. It's like there's ways you gotta like outsmart these dudes, right? So while I don't know how you would have done this, but or if you would have flown, but if it's like okay, so if Brady can leave me in the store, and you've already told me that you don't want me in the store. If you don't want me in the store by myself, then I'm going to close the store either early or I'm going to close it on time. I'm going to lock the door. I'm going to count the money, and you're going to pay me an extra 15 minutes for my time. I told you before that one, you need to stand up for yourself. Period. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, and I'm not talking about Brady. I'm talking about everybody. So when you do find another job, or when you do get another job, or hopefully I get a chance to like actually build the store for my own comic book store. I wouldn't tell you this straight out. I'd just tell you to lock the door. 15 minutes, lock the door. And every person that leaves out, you're gonna have to unlock it and let them out and then lock it again. That's the best way to do it, right? Also, you're in Maryland, so you could also hear. So there's that too. But yeah, I understand that they gave you rules, but those rules aren't always foolproof. If one person is not going to do what they're supposed to do, then you gotta figure out a way. Figure it out. It's like when they was trying to get me to do observations, art observations. When I was a teacher. How can I do these things? I've never been trained to do these. Oh, well, you need to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Like, can I have a guide? Okay, here's your guide. Okay, and then I do it. And then I show you my guide. Oh, you did it wrong. Well, you gave me the guide. And if I did it wrong and I get in trouble, I'm going to say that this is what you told me to do. And what she do? She let it fly because she couldn't do anything about it. You give me a rule, I follow that rule. But if that rule is if something else is going on with that is subserting, what's the word? Absurding me from doing, I don't know, I'm using the wrong word.
But again, like but that's me. That's the word of something
So, who told you to do it, son? The manager? The owner? Okay. So, didn't I tell you to call the manager and tell them?
Yeah, I did.
Say, hey, man, Brady is trying to leave, and you told us not to leave the store.
Yeah,
Okay, so I thought the owner and the manager are the same person.
no.
So I should have told you to call the fucking owner. Who's the one that told you you're not supposed to leave the door? You're not supposed to leave the store. The manager, right? So you go to the owner, and this is future reference. You go to the owner. You always go above that person, unless that person, if you can't go above that person. Gotta always go above that person, because the manager tell you one thing and that's not being followed, it's going to you in the end.
I know.
So you got to go above that person. So it's like, okay, it's too late now. It's too late now. But for future reference, if a manager tells you to do something and that is not what is being done, you say something to the manager, that's not what's being done. They say, shrug it off, you go above their heads. They're not going to like that, but that's what you have to do. And also, if they decide to keep trying to retaliate on you, you could get OSHA involved and you can fucking sue them.
Now if it's a private business.
Oh, yes you can. OSHA, that's everybody. Private business and all. If they have rules that they need to follow in the American government, they can't get above that.
But it's
It all depends on.
It's not written in. It's just a rule.
Remember when I was telling you about SOPs? Remember when I told you should ask for a written SOP? Because they're supposed to have a written SOP. Period.
I mean that place was being run illegally anyway, so I don't think any of that would fly.
Every time I give you, I'm giving you game. There's a reason why why what I'm saying don't mean anything.
Well, because I'm technically not an employee if I'm being paid under the table.
That's like saying that the wrestlers who work for me don't work for me and they're not employees.
You told me that.
But what did I say? I said they're contractors.
That's what I mean.
But I still have to follow certain rules as a person who's hiring these people. Everybody has to follow certain rules. Everybody. Every single person.
But isn't the rules just...
Because, wrestlers are all getting paid up. Here's the thing. Wrestlers are all getting paid under the table. Unless you're working for WWE or AEW or a big company. You're all getting paid under the table. You're all getting paid under the table. Yeah, and part of the reason why people do that is because you have to do your own taxes. And you have to report what you made and how much you're going to have to pay the government. And a lot of people, because their jobs, because they're only making $200 maybe a weekend from wrestling, that's not a significant amount of numbers, they don't even report it because they have a day job that makes way more. That's why a lot of people are so mad about, what's that? Cash App? because Cash App was is now report or not reporting, but like taking not taking taxes. They're watching your money, and then at the end they give you a tax note. So this is how much money you would this is how much money you made, and this is how much money you're probably going to owe the government. And a lot of people are still not going to do it, but unfortunately they have to report it. So if the government feels like it, they go onto your thing and be like, oh, you reported that you made $50,000 a year, but according to this extra money you made on the side, you actually made 70. They're going to take your money. And it's mostly cause management. Oh, you already said that. What kind of gun is that? This right here? This is the Safi gun. So you gotta beat up a dragon, and then when you beat up the dragon, the dragon, I don't know, dies, and you automatically pull weapons from its body because you don't actually make the weapon. But yeah, for future reference, dude, if they give you, first of all, if you're working for a chain, they're gonna have to show you something in writing. They cannot give you a rule and say this is the rule. No, I need it in writing. So that way, if I follow this rule, and it's like, for example.
But the place I was in wasn't a chain.
That's fine. I'm just saying for future reference. I didn't say for whatever. For future reference. If you're working at a chain, they have to give you something.
Yeah, I know that.
If you're working for a private business, I would like for this to be written down. I would like for this to be written down, so I know the exact rules, what exactly I'm supposed to do, so there can be no confusion. Oh, we don't write the rules down here, so that's a red flag, right there. We're not gonna write the rules down. We're gonna we just tell you what to do and you're supposed to just follow it. No, I need an SOP. I need a standard operating procedure.
Well, then that's when they let you go and hire someone that will just let them do the rules like that.
See, again, every time I say something, that's
because
that's not the reality. It is not the reality.
John,
it is not the reality.
I've been working in customer service for like 8 years.
I told you not to work at customer service jobs, but you want to work at customer service jobs. I just told you. That's the first thing I said is not to work at customer service jobs.
I haven't worked a customer service job since the comic book shop, since being with you. I'm talking about the years before that.
I'm telling you, period, don't work a customer service job if you're so afraid to stand up for yourself or so afraid to do something.
That's not what I'm saying, John. I'm saying that's the reality. If you don't play ball with some of these managers, they'll get rid of you and hire someone else that will. They'll make an excuse like, well, you were late, when really it's because you tried to report them or something like that, but they'll cover their tracks with all the times you did a misdemeanor or something like that while on the job as justification to why they fired you. And you can't fight it because they have line of documentation of the times you did break the rules or something like that. There'd be way more good employees still employed if that was the case.
You should really look up. Next time you get into a situation like that, whether I'm around or not, whether I'm alive or dead, you should really look up the rules of that state. So like being late, they're always going to get somebody on being late. But I'm telling you right now, there's stuff like, oh, you're not supposed to close the store down, but you're not supposed to, like, they're giving you contradicting things. And then, again, if it's a red flag, if it's they're giving you contradictory rules, then just leave.
Yeah.
Because that's a red flag. And I told you what happened with me and Target. Kept giving me contradictory things. Okay. Alright, so you can't leave unless you finish your push. Okay, I'm finishing my push. Look, you stayed over at this amount of time. You got to stop doing that. You told me I can't leave unless I leave my push. Well, you need to move faster. I did 3 carts of push, and nobody else did any. I'm sorry. I'm the only one doing the push. The baskets that are sorted baskets. Okay. All right. And I keep doing it over and over again. Okay, so for the last time, I dropped the push basket, And when it was time for me to clock out, I clocked out. And the moment they called me, I said, I'm following your own rules.
And they still let you go, right?
They didn't let me go. No, they didn't. He couldn't let me go because I was following the rules. What actually happened is the next day, Marshall tried to get in my ass. I was like, you know what? I'm good.
But that's what
I don't need to be here.
They still get on you for following the rules.
Again, I wasn't finished. At that moment, I realized that I could have sued that Target that we live right up the street from.
You had the money to sue?
You don't have to. You can go to a pro bono lawyer, and they love big corporations that violate rules. See, that's the stuff you need to learn. That's what I found out after the fact.
And how come more people aren't doing it?
There are a lot of people doing it. You just don't hear about it. You think you're going to hear every single time a corporation gets sued? You know corporations get sued every day, right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean they always lose the suit.
So if a corporation violate a rule that is, first of all, either federal, state, or whatever, right? Or you yourself, what a lot of people do, is take down every single time something happened to them, instead of just letting it go. Every single time something happened to them, and then when you get fired or they attempt to fire you or something along those lines, okay, you can fire me. Boom. I was fired for reporting this to HR. I was fired for doing the right thing and reporting this to HR. They love those people because those people make buku money for the lawyers. And then you get a payout. And most of the time they settle, especially if you got them dead to rights. Because otherwise, if they drag it out, it's just gonna be more money. They're better off instead of trying to pay. That's why you do certain pro bono lawyers. And again, certain lawyers. We're talking about the lawyers who literally just all they do all day. The reason why they got so much money is because all they do is sue corporations. Those lawyers we talking about. You contact them, they're gonna sue you. They're gonna end up settling. And they'll drag it out for 2 years for depending on what it is. You know what pro bono is, right? That means that they do it for free. That means most of the money is going to go back to them, but at least you're getting a payout. Not sure. Depends on what you got them on. Sexual assault ones are probably the best one because what ends up happening is that sounds bad. But what ends up happening is so businesses have to have business insurance, and business insurance has certain different things to it. So if somebody says that they were assaulted on your premises and in your whatever, right? There's a payout to like $5 million. It's a lot of money, right? It's like a payout for $5 million or whatever,
That's
right?
if you're an employee, right?
Yes, if you're an employee, yeah. But even so, there are other. Just because it's a private company does not mean they're not suable. Because then, like, you do understand they have to follow rules. In order for them to have had that comic book shop, they were following some rule. And you look at you working there. Because if that shit happened to me, they would have been closed down like within a month. Because I would have been like, oh, they're paying people under the table. I'm doing all the. They're getting shut down. I'm calling the Better Business Bureau. I'm calling the state. Not necessarily. Nope. Because it's not the employee. It's the person that's actually hiring you. wage theft is probably the worst one too. You could have got them on wage theft easy. Nah, they are stealing your wages because what ends up happening is remember when I told you that if you had said, okay, I'm just gonna close the store, I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna close the store at 6 o'clock and I'm gonna count the money. And I'm gonna charge you an extra 30 minutes. Right? They have to pay you that 30 minutes. They have to pay you that because you're working. That's otherwise it's slavery. That is wage theft. Ilsa, if they choose to give you an hour lunch, they chose to give you an hour lunch. That's a part of it. Now, if they say that your shift ends at 6 o'clock and you're still counting money at 6:30, you can charge them that extra 30 minutes. Period. Okay. Well, you could try. That's what I'm telling you. So so what you're telling me is you could have just been like, let him leave, shut the store, count the money, and then charge them the extra 30 minutes. How much you was making? Like $14 an hour? Then you would have charged him $7.50 because that's 30 minutes. $7.50, boom. You gotta give me that $7.50. And then when you talk to him, like, look, I did this, this, and this, and this. Now Grady is causing them to lose money because you guys are supposed to be out of the store by 6, not closing the store at 6 and then counting the money because there are people in the store because Mr. Grady didn't want to. I'm saying because he gave you the rule.
Well, that's the store hours.
Ilsa, as long as you are working, it's like, for example, the reason why, for example, I've for the job I have right now, I don't do any of the extra. So because I work in a government building, and because the government building does not support having their like portal, so I can like see the classes I need to take and stuff of that nature. Because they don't support that, they require me to do it outside of work. And because I refuse to do it outside of work, I say no. But they also cannot fire me because I don't have a reason. Because otherwise, because I'm on salary. If they're not going to pay me those extra hours, then I don't have to work. So they can't fire me for that. It's the same thing for every business, every single business. And then honestly, it all depends on where you at, whether it's Maryland
wasn't that what Grady was doing then?
What was Grady doing?
Like, leaving ad shut down without counting the money?
What about it?
That's him leaving without doing any of the extra work. Because the stores are only open from 11 to 6.
Well, did he leave at 6?
Yes.
Well, he should be getting paid from the time he got there to the time he left. But I'm telling you right now, if you are doing work, like for example, McDonald's closes at 6. Let's say McDonald's closes at 10, right? McDonald's closes at 10, right? But everybody's supposed to be out by 11. But something happened that made somebody extra have to stay after 11. They have to pay them that 15, 20, 30 minutes. That's fact. It don't matter that it was after hours. Like, well, this and this happened, so you have to pay this extra money. Otherwise, if I had dropped it, I would have gotten in trouble. So now it's like it's either follow the rules or. So it depends on how you go about it. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's just for, understand that these businesses, we're not in the wild, wild west. These businesses have to follow rules. And if they don't follow those rules, something happens to them. And there are literally companies, this is part of the reason why the Republicans, a lot of people like the Republicans. Because like, for example, the people who work on farms, they don't consider them necessarily employees, depending on which farm you're at, right? And some of them will do this thing where they'll only let you do 30 hours a week, and then they'll bring on another crew, so they don't have to pay you like medical and stuff like that. So they go like the Republicans allow those loopholes to exist. So that's why like deregulation. That's what deregulation is. So you don't have to follow those rules. So they don't have to follow those rules. But every single company has to follow rules, especially if they're an official business. If they're an LLC, they gotta follow something. They can't just say, "Oh, I'm not doing it." Stop letting these companies take advantage of you. Charles said that he'll tell us the story, but he can't tell it. I'm assuming he don't want to type it into the to YouTube because it's such a public place. That's why TikTok, at least when you do it on TikTok, there's no evidence of what he's going to say. But there's no evidence like the way we do on YouTube. It's like right for crying out. So I assume that's what it is. And the first thing I told him is that's why people should get unions.
Okay, but what do you do when you don't have a union?
Find a job that has a union.
That's not.
Or organize and make a union.
But how do you make a union after you're fired?
I didn't say after you're fired. I'm saying organize and make a union. He said he's just being careful. Something must have happened. Something lawful must have happened. Some law must have been broken. He's just being careful.
Mm-hmm.
Your parent never said no. Your mother never told you to go out and get a job where you have benefits. Like she never like coached you to do that.
No, just find a job, stay out of jail, don't do drugs, and everything will turn out good. Don't get pregnant.
I don't believe that. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. I guess because my dad went to prison and he had certain things happen.
And my mom was under the understanding that nothing's free, so benefits aren't really benefits.
Well, you're technically paying for your benefits, but the company is technically paying for your benefits. It's like you're paying $10. Like I'm paying. You know how much I pay for your dental insurance a month? For me, I pay $14. For you, I pay $7. $7. That's it. It's because those companies. It's because those companies make deals with the big companies. For whatever. I don't know how they do it, but they make deals, and it all makes everybody money somehow. It's like if they got this amount of subscribers or this amount of people, then they're making this amount of money.
And I think, Starbucks and the MGM had benefits, but they wouldn't give you the hours to qualify for those benefits.
Yep, that's what I told you, deregulation. That's exactly why Bernie Sanders is trying to get to 32 hours. 4-day work week, 32 hours. I don't think I would be able to do that shit. I would still ask them for 40 hours. Well, No, I would still get the extra day off. It would just be 10 hours a week instead of 8 hours a week. Because I don't feel, because if you do, have you ever just, so when I was working at, when I was working for the government, when I was doing security at the state Fort Meade, we would do these things that are called Panama. So you'll work for 3 days, you get 2 days off, and then you'll get 3 days off, and then you work for 2 days. So it go like that over and over and over. So whenever that was happening to me, whenever I get those 3 days off, when I was fully rested, mind you, when I was actually rested, I was fine. No, when I wasn't rested, I wasn't fine. So what ended up happening is I feel like I should be doing something. Not necessarily. I don't know what it was, but I don't think it was hustle. I think it has more to do with just needing to feel productive. And there were days like my depression got the best of me some of those days. No, just feeling productive, period. Because at the time, all I was doing was writing. Yeah, I know. Again, at the time, all I was doing was writing. And I had been doing so much writing had become boring at some point. So it's like, okay, I don't feel like writing anymore. What else can I do? And I started streaming. That's what I started doing. That's when I started streaming the first Thursday. That extra time for me is that I need to do something. Well, you see the guitar behind you? I know. No, I'm saying, but who was she talking about? Well, typically it is, because when you're 30, you don't got that superhuman healing ability no more. I kind of understand. I'm not gonna say it. I kind of understand it because it's out of what do you call it? It's out of it's out of
I don't think so. Like Tony Hawk was well known.
Yeah, Tony Hawk has been skating since he was a teenager and he was a professional. It's different.
Tony Hawk and was it
Lil Wayne was in his 20s when he was. Yeah, but that's you're in your 20s. You still have some of that. I think it's weird because skateboarding is such a dangerous thing that if you do it, it's not like skydiving. You fuck up once you dead. It's like you messed up. Now you're on the cast for this amount of time because you're 30 and you don't heal in a week no more. Well, he's getting paid for it. That's different from like it's a hobby. He's getting paid to do it. People pay him to show up to do a 900. Which he can't do no more because he got too old. He did it one more time and then that was it. He started crying.
But hobbies are something that
you do for fun.
Yeah.
I'm 35 years old. I play video games. I'm about to start learning bass again. I got one comic book series. I got writing 2 others on the side. Like there's a bunch of shit that I do. Like
yeah, but you're saying it shouldn't be weird that
I feel like if he had said he plays flag football or he plays in the adult league or basketball, she wouldn't have had a problem with it. But that's not as weird as skateboarding because skateboarding you can get hurt doing that shit. Yeah, I know, but it's skateboarding is like one of those. It's like it's a risk. Like, I explain it. You say you play bass? When I was a teenager, I learned how to play bass. I learned how to play one song and then I stopped. I give you $10. I will cash app you $10 if you can guess the song that I learned to play. I'm not giving no clues. It's a guess. It's a guesstimate. I've told you. Do you know? I'll give the first person $10 if they can guess what song I learned how to. And okay, I'll give you one. I give you one hint. Motown. I give you one hint. Motown. And that's the only hint I'm gonna give you. I will cash app you $10 if you can guess. If you can guess what song I learned to play on the bass. Probably. I think that's the reason why people see it. They think about skating, they think about that stuff. They don't necessarily think about they don't think about the guy who, remember the Ocean Spray guy? He was riding a skateboard, he was 40. That's not who they think about. They think about Travis Pastrana and Bam Margera.
Blackula guesses I want you back.
Nope. I mean, you can keep guessing. Rolling. Charles, what's your cash app?
He guessed?
Off the first joint. Rolling Stone by Temptation. That song was my song back in the day. I used to love me some Temptations. What's your cash app? I'm going to send you this $10. I was serious.
Ultra Vegeta said switch flip jump.
Nah. Oh, Charles already got it. I am dead ass surprised. I was not expecting anybody to get it. But also, Rolling Stone was like the bass line on Rolling Stone was so good. So maybe that's what he thought. That's the reason. I learned that one song and I was just like, yeah, I'm good.
I never thought of
He said that was just, I know it was just a guess. He said, I know it was just a guess. That's fine. Come on, what's your cash app? I'm gonna send you $10. I was dead ass. Maybe we should do more of these.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. I was not expecting anybody to get it though. I thought it was gonna take people a while to get it. I really thought somebody on TikTok was gonna get it. But yeah, Chris, I learned how to do I play doom doom. Doom 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 doom. Doom doom. Oh. It was the 3rd of September.
Oh.
November, I think.
Switch Flip Jones is the person they're talking about. Vegeta, Ultra Vegeta said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the dude in his 30s, still skating.
Oh,
and a
okay.
Pro at fighting games. Switch Flip Jones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. There are a lot of people. I honestly think it really it's different depending on just your athletic ability.
If I thought of a over 30-year-old learning how to skateboard, I'm not thinking they're doing the extreme stuff. It's probably just maybe they just want to do the simple shit.
I'm thinking about the extreme stuff, and I'm thinking about the possible risk of hurting yourself. And like again, at 30 years old, if you break your hip at 30 years old, that hip isn't going to ever be the same. You break your hip at 12, 20.
I don't know.
That's different.
There's people still doing football that's like they gonna have a brain concussion, but they still do it. But no one's telling them how weird that is.
Yeah, but that's
you're in your 30s.
That's a brain concussion. That's not something you'll see until later usually. Like Junior Seau and all those people killing themselves and like that. Concussion is not.
He's a brother too.
Concussion is not one of those things that that shows up physically
I mean, same thing with
until later.
hip and joint injuries.
Yeah, until later. But
Yeah.
if you, for example, if I roll my ankle or if I break my leg right now, my leg will never be the same. But if I break my leg when I'm 12, 15, 20, 25, maybe even 30, more than likely I'll be good. But once I get past, I'm 35. Usually that's your physical
Well, then,
peak.
so it's strange for anybody over the age of 30 to do a physical activity then.
Not necessarily.
Why not?
Because specifically,
You could run and roll your ankle and not recover it the same as if you were in your 20s.
yeah, but again, a skateboard is like, not only are you going fast, you can't control certain aspects of once you fucking fall off that thing. So it's like you're bound to get hurt doing skateboards, even if you're just doing the kick push. So you're bound to get hurt. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with football. Same thing with basketball. But the difference is like you.
But I mean, people know the dangers of skateboarding, so wouldn't they take more precautions in that than, say, basketball and football?
More than likely.
Because isn't that what you said about rugby? Like, despite them not having any armor, or like football does, they have less injuries compared to football?
Yeah, typically.
Yeah.
Their injuries, they have less severe injuries
what I meant.
than football. They have the same injuries. The same exact injuries is just less severe because they have rules on how you can tackle somebody. They have rules. They have different, their game is set up differently. So like kickoff is one of the most dangerous things in football because so many people get hit blindsided during kickoffs. They've been thinking about like banning kickoffs for the last. They changed the rules for kickoffs in order to stop people from getting hurt. That's how bad it was. Oh, how old is Tony Hawk now? Like 55? I don't know. I think that he did the 900 one last time, and I saw it, and he started crying, and I started crying, cause that's my childhood. I used to try to learn how. He said, "Well, that's one of my favorite songs." Hey, Charles, what's your Cash App? I was serious.
He's 55.
Oh, he said, yeah, right, yeah, he's Cash. Tony Hawk is 55.
So are there
And he said, yeah, he still skates, just not professionally.
skating.
But also before you. So for example, KNC. For example, Mike Tyson has been boxing since he was 15 years old. He's about to fight Jake Paul, right?
I thought that was canceled.
No.
I thought he threw in the fight because people were having a rumor that Jake Paul faked an injury to avoid fighting Mike Tyson.
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe I don't know. But
Is that still going?
I don't know. I feel like it is. I didn't heard anything. But even regardless, KNC. Okay, KNC. So Mike Tyson been fighting since he was 15.
Yeah.
Right? So it's different. So for like Tony Hawk and Mike Tyson is different for them. So Mike Tyson could still box all the way up until he's like 80 because he has muscle memory, right? Whereas somebody like me turning 55, then learning how to box, people will see it as weird because I waited for so long to learn how to box. And not only that, you're about to get hit in the head.
I mean, would it be weird if in the other end someone young tried to do an activity that was super safe and not activity draining?
Can see. I wrote can't see, but I don't see you, Charles. Oh wait, I see you. I see you. I just sent Charles $10.
For getting that answer.
Rolling Stones. I sent $10. $10. But yeah, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
So would it be weird if someone young tried to do an activity that was safe?
No. There are kids that do safe stuff all the time. There's some kids who are just not athletically gifted, so they do chess club or something else. Yeah, I see it. I got you, Charles.
But it's simply just injury that makes it weird that an old person will want to try something new and athletic.
It's injury, and it's something that's also seen socially as something that young people do.
But not chess?
What do you mean? No,
Isn't chess something old people do?
it's seen that way, but also most schools have chess clubs.
Okay.
No problem, bro.
So,
Nice guess.
So if more retirement homes offered skateboarding, that would change?
See, that's the thing. They're trying to kill them. They're trying to kill them if they got them doing skateboarding.
If they offered skateboard activities in a
You're
retirement
trying to kill them if they offer skateboarding. That's crazy. At this assisted living we offer swimming, aerobics, water aerobics, and skateboarding. What? I said skateboard. Excuse me?
You wouldn't trust that facility?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. Grandma, we leaving. But we leaving, Grandma. No.
What about rollerblading?
Same thing. Same thing. Same exact thing.
Why not? Those retirement people probably rollerblade when they were in their 20s and in the 1940s or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they got muscle memory.
But it's different. Again, it's different for people with muscle memory. You know?
We were a retirement home of professional retired.
I'm going to end this one, and then, because Chris already left.
We're a retirement home of professional skateboarders.
Oh, you getting ready for work? I thought you... Oh, okay. I thought you had off today. What were you saying else? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying we're a retirement home of retired professional skateboarders that offer skateboarding classes.
It would just turn into Jackass. Because if you think about it, it'll just turn. I mean, that's what Jackass is.
Just give them all the painkillers. They'll get through it.
You don't want to give the cast of Jackass painkillers.
No, I'm talking about those in the retirement home.
I don't know, man. They're gonna get they're gonna turn to crackheads. Okay, so what can I do? Let me see. What was that?
You wouldn't put yourself in a retirement home that offered wrestling.
No, but I would definitely ask, is it possible, huh?
To be the referee.
No, I would ask, is it possible to
Do people even do that?
what do you
Like
mean?
host a wrestling show at retirement homes, or is that too much for their blood pressure?
I don't know.
Because people do it for birthday parties. You don't
Yeah.
do that for
That's kind of what I'm want. So once the ring comes, we're gonna do birthday parties. So I think we're gonna do like $300, $400 birthday
I
parties.
thought you didn't mess with nobody's kid.
I don't mess with nobody's kid, but for $400, I'll wrestle 3 matches with my friends and just be silly with the kids.
Yeah, dress up in costumes, do
You forget that I was a teacher.
it.
Like, and I won like Rookie of the Year at my school. Like that's super important.
Parents are gonna be like, "Are you gonna put my child in a headlock?"
Powerbomb your kid through a table. Mommy, Mr. Martin powerbombed me through a table.
And dad's like digging it, and like you show the video, and it's like
I'm gonna power drive you, make you eat a yellow snow cone.
You should do one of those mock videos where you pretend to pile drive a kid and it's clearly a dummy.
Oh.
and the kid just gets up like he dusts himself off of it.
Well, I mean, wrestling moves are designed to look real but protect people.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about starting my gaming channel but don't know it yet. Hey man, if you're thinking about doing it, try it. Just try it.
What was a movie that we looked at? Or something we looked at where it was like, okay, that's clearly a dummy. Like, it was hilariously, like, a dummy. And they just kept switching dummies from the actors.
I see a lot of skits like that.
Yeah. Like how the people do it with their pets. When they're like
Hey,
committing violence on their pets and it's clearly
Do you
like
remember?
a sock puppet.
Do you remember Blade 3?
Vaguely.
So in Blade 3, apparently Wesley Snipes and the production team was beefing. And on his shot, they needed him to open his eyes.
Wesley Snipes?
Yeah. And Wesley refused to open his eyes. So, in post, they CG'd his eyes open. I know you remember seeing that. Because
Like
it
his
looked
red
so
eyes?
weird.
Yeah.
You remember like it looked like paper pasted on his face?
Yeah.
Then they CGI'd it.
And then what did he do?
No, he didn't do nothing. It just looked creepy. I'm just saying that when you was talking about dummies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Charles, start a channel, man.
There was something we were looking at, and it was like, that's clearly a dummy. They just switched in and out of shot.
Mhm.
It had to be something Lou probably recommended.
Hey, you.
Those old campy videos, those campy movies.
Yeah. It's all because of his eyes.
I think that's why they made his eyes quick anyway.
Who?
Blade.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know that many people that's gonna say somebody got pretty eyes and they don't have blue or green eyes.
You haven't seen the meme where it's like people with brown eyes when the sun hits them and it's just like a glamour shot of their eyes.
Yeah.
It's like honey and
Only.
cinnamon brown color.
Yeah, but that's but unfortunately that's a people that's what do you call it? It's a the sun is a mandate for that. It's annoying. Why can't I just be sexy because I'm sexy? Huh? Damn, nobody's doing Safi Jiva right now? That's crazy. Okay.
Well, technically I'm at 14 pages and this is a spread.
Spread, what are you talking about?
This scene of Anarchia's Punch and Lane is like 2 pages. So I'm technically
Oh, so you're doing the 14 and then you're gonna go ahead and do the next 20. It's 25. Oh, so it's 25 pages next.
No, I've done 14 pages.
I know.
last
I'm
month.
saying the next 14.
Yeah, the next 14. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The next 14, it stops at 25. I was saying that it stops at 25.
What kind of work?
With me?
Who, you?
Who's he talking about?
You talk about life.
I got Dragon. I told what's name that I don't want to do Dragon's Dogma because I don't like the fact that the things call you massa.
Yeah, that's pretty disturbing. You could have called me something. Can I switch it or just turn that off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I don't like gays that are like, yes, master. I'm like, okay.
Huh? Hello.
You could just say, my lord.
Exactly.
or something else. Sire. Sir.
Okay. Your camera?
Your guy. I don't know how to spell his name. Black.
Give me a second.
Sorry.
I didn't lose it. You said what?
I mean, you brought everything in, did you? Did you leave it in the shed?
figure out. Can you give me that? The purple bag right there? It's either in the purple bag or in the different color bag. It's either in this bag or the army fatigue bag, which I don't know where it is.
IT the panic
Oh, don't tell people that.
for the government.
Yeah, there you go.
Which means she needs it by Wednesday. So that she
Orlando.
doesn't panic on
Come
Thursday.
here.
Yeah.
Do that tomorrow.
Oh wow, nice. So it's like
Yeah, I do IT.
you do
No Diddy. Damn. So I'm right now. So I'm at a crossroad right now because I don't feel like playing Monster Hunter without my crew. So and my crew's not always on. Chris left and I'm waiting for Keenan. So Keenan is doing something right now. So I'm not going to turn it off. I'm trying to figure out if I want to play this game. If I want to play the game or not.
what Dogma?
Dragon's Dogma.
I guess like the other game, just play it for an hour. Wait.
I do. I still have Pal World too.
What is even going on with that game? I feel like there's nothing going on except you just
I don't know.
schmucking around.
I got Planet Crafter too, but the problem with Planet Crafter is like I already beat the game. They had an update, they changed some stuff, but I mean, like I already beat the game.
Is that a significant update?
Yeah, I already beat the game. It's just I got Starfield, which I hadn't really played at all.
Isn't it that shit that crashed on us?
Yeah, it's an RPG. What'd you say? Starfield?
Yeah, isn't that what's crashed on us?
Yeah, Starfield crashed.
We were kind of like bored with it because they start you off in a cave.
Yeah, it's really super stupid boring.
In an open world about space, they start you off in a claustrophobic cave.
Yeah, I tried to get a refund from Starfield. I tried to get a refund, but they said no. I said, but I only played it for like an hour, but I waited too long.
Yeah, there's a threshold of when you
Yeah.
can
And Shrouded,
I couldn't get into Pal World, says Blackula.
I could play Skyrim.
So there's a statute of limitations when you essay something, right?
It depends on what state you're in.
Yeah. Does it depend on what state when it comes to theft? There's a statute of limitations on that?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
That's weird. If there isn't, but there is on this side. Like, Heidi would still charge me for a crime of stealing $800 in 1990, but I can't charge this person that.
Who did you rob in 1990?
I was.
Ilsa was out here robbing people when she was 2.
I wasn't.
Oh, you was only 1.
I was barely 1 because I was born in December of '89.
You robbed your mother of her usefulness.
Yeah.
My vagina will never be the same.
My Starfield crashed too, says Blackula.
Yeah, I still have Starfield, and I played it for about an hour, and I have not turned it back on because it's so like
Too slow.
it's
It's slow, and it's also like, why don't you start me off in a more claustrophobic area in a world that's known to be open world, in a game that's supposed to be crazy. Just start me off in the most claustrophobic setting.
yeah. And though apparently the planets aren't even like you can't travel the entire planet.
You should try No Man's Sky.
I'm good.
Like, that's what Starfield was trying to like overcome,
But they failed.
But they were probably too reliant on like their graphics being good than anything else. I played it on Game Pass, but it's boring. Yeah. But that's weird where it's like I stole $800 in 1990 that you could still charge me in 2024, but because I got touched in
Oh yeah,
2000
there is a statute of limitations on money.
on money?
Yeah, because
Okay.
if you rob a bank and you stash that money away, they never find it. I think it's like a 10-year thing, and then this is your money after that.
Oh, okay. So the dude that stole the money and jumped off an airplane, he could just confess.
Oh, I mean he's already gone.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about.
I think people think he died though.
Yeah. He died in his escape.
I think people think he died in his escape.
But just saying, if he did survive and he lasted 10 years after that, he could just come out and be like, yeah, I did it.
Mhm.
Y'all can't do nothing. But do pin some petty stuff on.
One second, I'm not done. Okay, so Skyrim is not starting up. And it's because you have active mods for Skyrim? No, I don't. I turned all those things off. Where? Clear all filters. Oh, there are mods. Okay. Alright, so
What kind of mods you got?
body mods.
Oh, jiggle mods?
No, not jiggle mods. But they're in there though. But they are in there.
Yeah.
But that was it was like it makes the game look better.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna purge those mods. And for some reason, my Skyrim does not like being because it's like the original Skyrim.
Like the CD?
Well, not the CD, but like the original file.
Oh.
So it doesn't like to be God dang it! I'm about to delete all of these. I think it'll start after if I delete them all. Remove all of them. Remove them.
Oh, so remember my cousin that I told you about? That's like a brother to my other cousin whose parents are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
Just randomly freaking out of the blue, my aunt from the island sent me a video of him having his daughter.
What you mean having his daughter?
His daughter coming out of the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Like, holy shit, aren't you like in your 50s?
Oh, he's in his 50s?
I think so. I know he's older than my brother. And like, he was the one that introduced me to video games and was the one that told me that girls could play video games and things like that.
Girls can't play video games.
And that's how I was playing Sonic and Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, like, even though I was playing video games on Synchro, it was like coming to America, those girlish standards those gendered standards were like hardened up here compared to on the islands. Because I remember playing like the Space Jam video game on the islands and Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. But it was like coming to the States, it was like, no, that's all boy stuff. Like, what are you talking about? I played those games when I was on the island. Yeah, but you weren't supposed to. What are you talking about? It was like hammered that girls weren't supposed to be playing video games. And then my cousin was the one that broke me out of that.
Girls aren't supposed to be playing video games. Ooh, you play video games.
And like my last memory of my cousin is like he was super skinny. He's like that one user from TikTok that wears the glasses and has the plum hat. Like, you look like you have like the same like bone structure. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like the same like body of my cousin that I last remember him. And when I see him in a freaking picture, he's all like, yo, you got a dad bod. Like your whole my aunt gave me his number and he's like, I'm still a nerd. Just because I'm a dad now don't mean I stopped being a nerd. And he's talking about how he's playing Baldur's Gate.
Ugh.
I was like, you only playing that to smash all the characters, and he's like, yeet.
Ew.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. That seemed like his thing. When
Smashing?
No, I'm talking about games like Baldur's Gate.
Like, why would your...
I'm talking about games like Baldur's Gate. It did, because he was the one that introduced me to like Devil May Cry when it first came out for the PlayStation 2.
Girls can't play video games.
He introduced me to Devil May Cry, Dino Crisis.
Wait, give me a second. I don't want to do a display capture.
Devil May Cry, Dino Crisis, Final Fantasy X. He was a big Final Fantasy X fan.
Oh, did it make him cry too?
Yeah.
Damn, for some reason it's not letting me Skyrim. Did Skyrim die? It didn't. It's fine. So why isn't it letting me do Skyrim? 1 second.
And I remember him having a rough time because, like I said, his parents are the Jehovah's Witness and their dad is not very nice. And I feel like there was a moment where we were like, oh shit, we're gonna get the phone call, like a sudden funeral, but I guess he recovered. He like stopped contact with everybody after the fallout of his sister and mom. I did not like Final Fantasy X.
I love Final Fantasy X.
Says Blackula.
I loved it. Made me cry. Manly cry. Why he had to go, dog? Why he had to die, dog? Alright, I need to change. Skyrim.
I think. Oh, he also introduced me to like the bouncer, like early ass PlayStation 2 games. He introduced me to Jack and Daxter and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like any freaking new PlayStation 2 games and I guess late PlayStation games he introduced me. Even though Bushido Blade was like my oldest brother's game.
Skyrim.
Can't believe that game is so expensive now.
What?
Bushido Blade, because I have the second one, but I wanted to get the first one. That shit's like $700, $600. I'm like,
Could you check if oh, you're on your phone. I gotta check on my phone. I was going to actually, could you check to see if my stream is still running?
There was another. I was looking for maybe at MagFest next time we go. I could probably find it, but at AwesomeCon they had a bunch of like gaming tables. You know, to find video games.
Mm-hmm.
And as horrible as I've heard people say Devil May Cry 2 was, I couldn't find Devil May Cry 2 case at all. It's like, for a bad game, I'm having a hard time finding it in this place, in all the video game selling booths.
Maybe people.
Like I saw a bunch of Devil May Cry 3s.
I'll see. I love Bushido Blade. He said, Charles. I don't know hell. Me though. I don't know because of what you just said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't see for some reason I can't see your
messages.
Your messages right now, Charles. Give me a second. I'm trying to fix it.
I saw a lot of Devil May Cry 3s, and I was like, I thought Devil May Cry 3 was the better game. But I saw like 4 cases of Devil May Cry 3, but not one of Devil May Cry 2.
Maybe people keep the bad games for the future.
Maybe, but I was like, man, I have Devil May Cry 1. I thought I had Devil May Cry 2, but maybe I left it behind or something when I kept moving. But I'm like, I only got Devil May Cry 2.
Don't leave, Charles.
It had like a black girl in it.
Don't leave, Charles. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Like 2 seconds.